But I did have a note for myself that I keep forgetting. I did want to cover something. So, without further ado, or unless you guys want a little bit more ado, I can always provide additional ado. I have ado on tap. It's if I am skipping the ado, it's not for want of the ado. It's just I figure we've had sufficient ado. Without further ado, it's time for your video game haiku review. All right, we're gonna relax. We're gonna calm down. So enjoy the waves of Matsushima Bay. Right. This is a place of calm. We're gonna center ourselves. We're gonna relax. The video game haiku is our chance to reflect upon our time with a video game. We spent some time together, and maybe we don't go play that video game again. Maybe we do. This video game I'll be going back to. But the point is, wanted to sort of put an exclamation point, a punctuation mark, a question mark, a period, or something at the end of our time with the video game. Say, hey, what did I actually truly think of the video game? Kind of condense our experience into one item. I think numbers are boring and have been done. I don't want to do stars. I don't want to do percents. I don't want to do letters. We're going to communicate our thoughts in the form of a haiku. So the haiku for today, the game for today. Well, I guess both. The game of the haiku of the game today is Tokyo Xtreme Racer. Early access build release of a remake of a 20-some-year-old game originally on a bunch of different consoles, but I played on the Dreamcast, and I was obsessed with the game, and I loved it so much on the Dreamcast. Very simply put, you drive around a tuned-up Japanese street car, and you race other dudes on a track, and as you pull away from them, or as you kind of bump into stuff, you have a little bar at the top, and that bar goes down. You have all of the Shutoko, the Japanese, the Tokyo little freeway interchange to race by. You can jump on more or less any point you'd like to. There are a variety of cars to race. You could just race standard cars, but there's also named teams. There are leaders. There's wanderers. There's certain people you can race only if you hit certain criteria, right? You have to race them in this car. You have to race them in that car. You have to beat X number of people. And the challenge actually does get to be pretty significant. The computer will get there and it'll drive aggressively. It'll bump into you. It'll cut you off. It'll really put forth quite an effort for you to try and beat it. I have so much fun, and it's such a nice thing of you pull up behind someone, you flash your headlights, you challenge to a race, you race. Maybe the race is over in a minute and a half. You go race another dude. You go race another dude. You just keep going, stringing together. It has almost like a mobile game like loop of enjoyability. Tons of cars to unlock. More cars are coming. They're still working on the Honda cars, the licensing. But as you progress through the game, you can go through and unlock more cars. You go out, you race dudes, you win money, you get the money, you buy cars, you tune the car, you buy parts, right? You customize the car to not only look the way you want to look, but perform the way you want to perform. And I, as not a car guy, still had a ton of fun going through. Messing with the transmission settings, right? To your gear ratios. Make the car a little bit faster at the cost of some top speed. Make it have a higher top speed at the cost of acceleration. It depends on what part of the road you're on, right? Some places are a little ziggy-zaggy, like the Ginza area with the Ginza divider. You want to be able to kind of zigzag it out. Others, like the Wangan, it's just a giant straightaway, and you want to head all the way through. You have decals, you paint, you can customize, you can build layers on top of layers on top of layers. Put on your favorite type of tires, spoilers, whatever you want. You take the car out, and then you just start racing people. Go race a truck, race a taxi cab, right? Race whatever you want to race. Right? Race like like a little K car with a turbo engine in it. There's pretty much anything you can do. Pull into a parking area. Inside a parking area, you get little story missions. You can kind of progress. You can challenge people who are at the parking area. Sometimes they're battles where you got to beat multiple cars in a row without coming back and changing tires. You have to change tires. You have nitrous that you have to refill. Or your little SP meter doesn't go down over time. You can't reset it. It's just a phenomenal, so much fun game. It feels like the game that I remember on the Dreamcast, even though it's in a modern engine. More content is coming out. More content was just released for it. They added in a clutch button, which I haven't really looked into too much, and I think they added in sparks when you hit the wall wall of the wall, like the concrete barrier. I could go on and on and on about the game. It's just so much fun. Again, as someone who I don't even like cars, let alone love cars, or like I'm enamored with cars, or just, where I would really be able to sit there and tell you the difference between, well, what's the real difference between the RX-7 and the RX-8. It's so much fun. And just going through that and playing with the numbers and seeing like the scientific method at play in the form of video game. And then just go through and customize your car. Like with my RX-8, I got a sick bumblebee design on it. At least I like it, because I'm a Japanese nerd, and hachi, meaning B is also 8, right? So I'm nerdy like that. I'll get an RX-7. Towards the tail end, I got like scared of using like your upgrade points. I'm hoarding them, waiting for more content to come out, because maybe there's something I'm going to be desperate to get. But so much fun. Some of the bosses are just incredibly frustrating, but a really good challenge. And a lot of the times what you wind up finding yourself doing is some of those higher end bosses, you wind up winning because the enemy makes a mistake. And you know what? That's fun. Impatient Princess. She drives way too fast, and she'll wreck a lot. If you give it a chance, you stay with her, she'll wreck. Same thing with Melancholic Angel, like the hardest car in the game. I've beaten it with just a little shitbox K car, right? Because she fucked up. She got way too aggressive, hit a barrier. I drove past her. It's fun. It's actually really cool. It's super enjoyable, and they've done like a phenomenal job of it. It's relatively reasonably priced. Let's do it. Tokyo Xtreme Racer. Arcade racing fun with no fucking DLC. Make more games like this. 5 exclamation points. No DLC, no microtransactions, no signing up for a Genki account and putting in your username and password. None of it. You buy a game and you start playing the game. Fantastic. Love it. Can't wait for more content to come back. I will be playing more of this. But that there is your video game review, Haiku. I hope you enjoyed it. I love that game. That game's so fucking good. I can't wait to play more of it.